Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another small engine velocity video on the Honda Ruckus. Today we will be doing a video on the 5 things that you should do in order, in my opinion of course, to make your Honda Ruckus go faster. Now, as much as I've brought this up in conversation in forums and groups and people that I know, everybody's got their own opinions on what to do first and what to do last and what to do in between. There's just a million different ways to do it, and what worked with some people don't work with others, and the list is endless. But here is what I did, and in the order that I did to get, and I didn't even do a lot, and I can get about 49. I've seen people do the same type of mods and go up to 50 something. I don't know if they're drafting cars. I don't know. They didn't do any engine work because they told me they didn't. I would love it if you disagree or you agree to comment below, like or dislike the video. Anything that you say just adds to the conversation, and I like it when there's lots of comments below and we can actually debate and actually possibly learn from each other and what's worked. These 5 things omit certain things. No GUI 6 swaps. This is if you bought a Ruckus off the floor and bought bolt-on parts. Nothing customized, no motors, no internal works, no porting and polishing the motor and decking and doing valves and all that stuff. No turbos or nitrous, which seems kind of crazy. But this is just the top 5 things, the easiest things you could do, like I did on this, the bolt-on type things to make it go faster. Number 1, the cheapest thing you can do is go ahead and do the Airbox Delete. Christopher made a couple of videos on how to delete the airbox on the Honda Ruckus, the stock airbox, and then a great video on what to do with all the hoses. There are a lot of vacuum lines, there are a lot of recirculating lines for emissions and stuff that you got to get rid of and figure out if they need to be filtered or not. Once you get all that stuff done, then you can build an intake with some radiator hose, or so you can go to eBay and get some silicone hose and build a 45 or 90 degree angle bend so that you could put a filter on the end of it. I've even known some people who put filters directly on the carb, and I've also seen people who have not put any filter on and just put a velocity stack, which is what I have currently on my bike. Not only will you get a better sound out of your bike, but it should give you some more mid and low to your Ruckus. The second thing that you should do, and where you're going to get the most gains from your Get motor, the stock 49cc motor, is Aftermarket Variator and sliders. If you get the Pulley Variator by itself, it will come with, I believe, 5.6 gram rollers and 6.7 gram rollers. Right off the bat, try the 5.6s. That should give you a lot more speed. After a little while, you can go ahead and buy some Dr. Pulley Sliders. I recommend getting 4.5 gram and 5.5 gram and kind of mix and match sliders in there, because you can put all the 4.5s in all 6 slots, but then you can also go every other one and do 3 4.5s and 3 5.5s, or all 5.5s, or you could buy 4 gram sliders, just whatever works. Currently what I'm running is 4 gram sliders and 5.5. Also, be aware that this is going to take a lot of patience. You're going to put rollers or sliders in, ride the bike, do some testing, record your numbers, and then move on to the next set and keep trying and trying and trying. The nature of tuning, trying and trying until you get something that works the best for you. Number 3, in my opinion, is get an exhaust. There are many kinds of exhausts out there. Pick one that works for you. Join some forums, go to the website, go to Facebook, go to website forums, and kind of ask around and see what is in your price range and what gives a good performance gain. There are a lot of opinions out there. I don't want to point one specific one. I have an FMF, and everyone says it's the least amount of gains for an exhaust, but it sounds good, and it came with the bike, so can't complain. Getting an exhaust will get you that note that everybody seems to like coming out of their vehicle. Number 4, now that you've got all these parts in, the next thing to do would be to rejet your carburetor. You're added more free-flowing air into the carburetor and a better free-flowing air coming out of your exhaust. So you might be experiencing some popping, you might be running a little bit lean. Don't run too lean too long because you could damage your motor, but that's why we do rejetting of the carb. There are great videos out there on YouTube, and I'll link some of those down also below on how to do a rejet on your carburetor. Currently I am running a 38 slow jet and an 80 main jet, so 38-80. I was running 82, I was running too rich, popping. A lot of people stay around 80. It depends on the mods and the exhaust that you have. Tuning the carburetor is something that will make your moped, your Ruckus, run better all around. Number 5, the last thing, and this is what I did. When I was tuning within the limitations of the rev limiter, which is I think 8600, because I have a 2011, and I managed to get 43 or something like that. I don't know, it's pretty good. I heard you can get 45 out of a stock motor with the rev limiter, but the CDI, when you remove the rev limiter, then it opens up a whole nother window of tuning for your vehicle. Once you've installed the CDI, which, by the way, if you get the NYC, it kills you don't have a kill switch anymore, just so you're aware. You'll have to kill it with the key. Once the rev limiter is gone, you have a whole nother area to play with as far as tuning for your Ruckus. And then from there, you should be getting more speed out of your Ruckus, hopefully by now. Now, honorable mentionables, you can do the pink springs in the clutch that engage your clutch at a higher RPM, so that when you're taking off, you're engaging at a higher RPM so that you can get a little bit more acceleration out of it. And also, as far as tuning goes, this is probably something you should do first, but you can do the other mods and still tune pretty well. But if you're really going to do some serious tuning, get one of those cheap wrap around the coil tachometers so you can monitor your RPMs. You really want to play above 8,000 RPM. Ask any tuner and they'll tell you some number, but the general consensus is if you're getting over 8,000, then you're doing pretty good. Alright, thank you for watching this video on 5 things you need to do to make your Honda Ruckus go faster. In my opinion, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're participating in the conversation below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, or dislike the video, and I will see you next time.